It's, of course, 2026. We're well into the year, well, at least a few weeks into the year, and I'm hoping that everybody stuck to their New Year's resolutions, although sometimes it's a little harder to stick to them. I know for my personal case, I definitely have fallen off the wagon every so often, but energy seems to be the secret to making your New Year's resolutions stick. And I have an expert in the field to talk to about that, Danielle Pashko, a functional nutritionist and certified health coach. Thanks for coming down the program today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So why do so many New Year's resolutions fail so quickly?
It's not because of lack of discipline. It really has to do with just not having the energy to be able to maintain what we set our minds to. So for example, if you're looking to run a marathon as your goal and you don't have the capacity, it's kind of impossible. So we have to set more realistic goals.
Absolutely. And what causes you to lose your energy? Like, what's the most common cause of loss of energy?
So many things. It could be poor nutrition, poor sleep, um, not taking care of your body, not getting enough movement, and also having a lot of draining thoughts, not being clear with how you're thinking. And all of these things can really drain your battery. And then you really don't have the energy to do what you set out to do.
And how can somebody easily tell if their reason that their goal seems to be going the way they feel is that they have low energy? So how does somebody figure that out?
It could be things like constant cravings, not sleeping well, just feeling demotivated, brain fog, not really just not feeling incentivized or motivated or feeling like it's a drag to actually go ahead and do what they set out to do.
All right, and how do you mediate this? What's some simple ways to boost your energy?
Well, there's some simple things that you can do. Just like first thing in the morning, it's a good idea if you have the opportunity to get outside and get some sunlight in your eyes. I happen to have a dog, so for me, it's easy to go out, but just that red light starts to help with your circadian rhythm. So it helps you to wake and it helps you to sleep at night. Also, practices like grounding are now becoming more spoken about, where you connect with the energy of the earth. So if you can stand outside somewhere in nature, take off your shoes and connect, you can actually get that earth energy, which can give you a boost. And then things like serious hydration, being dehydrated could be an issue, stretching, listening to music, just things that really get your energy up, make a big difference.
So would it help when making your New Year's resolution if you had some sort of midpoint, like, hey, I need to go out walking a little more. Hey, I have a dog. I'm going to walk my dog. Would something like that actually help people achieve their goals a little better?
No, definitely. Those things help. Also, as you start to eat better and you work on your nutrition and you feel more energetic because of what you're ingesting, whether it's nutrition, whether it's certain supplements or herbs, all of that is going to give you that motivation to do more.
All right. And you mentioned the importance of balancing the nervous system. So what specific exercises can be done to balance your nervous system?
Well, some things that help, first of all, not having too much coffee, that can put you in this fight or flight state. So that can definitely be an issue. So cut down on the caffeine. Also, exercises. I really happen to love Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, deep breathing. Good nutrition can help to make a difference. And in addition to nutrition, also supplementing, particularly I happen to like herb because I'm very into energetic practices, whether it's through food, whether it's through nutrition, and also herbs are cultivated in nature. And there's an emerging science right now called quantum Ayurveda, which actually has ancient herbs that are tuned with energy that make them more bioavailable and help with bringing you into this parasympathetic state, which is the relaxation state, which we all want to be in.
Absolutely. And how long do you need to practice these exercises and whatnot in order to see results?
Even doing micro practices really can make a difference. You can notice within just a week of doing these practices, between the movement, between the nutrition, between taking supplements, you can start to feel, but you don't have to work as hard as you think you do. Slow and steady really gets you to your goals.
And can these practices also help with things like stress or like emotional balance?
Definitely helping with stress. Also, why I like herbs so much, particularly herbs like coming from Ayurveda, like ashwagandha, which is very good for the nervous system and helps with the stress response. Holy basil is another one. And when herbs are energetically tuned, especially Quantum Ayurveda, Green Space is one company that's pioneering this right now. And doing that combined with a lot of these ancient practices, the movement, the breathing, and really building up your energy, it just makes such a big difference. And also really trying to control the negative thinking. A lot of people get very anxious because of overthinking. And when you do these practices, you start to calm down the nervous system and you can focus more on your goals rather than things that are stressing you out.
All right, and what's the science behind the nutrition supporting your energy? Like what is it doing to your body to help you get more energy, get more motivated?
So, nutrition carries a vibration, and we look at nutrition many times in terms of calories, carbohydrates, fat, macros. Will this make me gain weight? Will this make me thin? And there's actually energetic properties to when you eat. They have a vibrational component. And so having things from farmers markets that are grown from the earth, that are more connected to nature, not anything that's boxed or bagged that has no energetic connection to your body is really going to make you more tired, whether when you have things that are more alive, whether your food or your supplements that contain energy, that's going to help to raise your vibration. And it's also going to lower inflammation. And when you have too much inflammation, you get very tired. So having the inflammation leave your body through raising your vibration and doing these practices, you're just going to feel a lot better.
All right. The food supplements that you've mentioned before,
Yes.
how do they effectively support our body's energy in a more like advanced way?
Well, they go through a process called spectroscopy, which helps with the tuning of the herbs. So let's say, for example, you're taking something like ashwagandha, that's very good for the nervous system, which I mentioned before. It
Mhm.
helps to put you more in a parasympathetic state. But let's say you're taking so many herbs already, or you have poor digestion, or your liver is overburdened. You can actually take less of the supplement, but you can end up getting more of the energetic frequency, which is going to be more available to your body at a lower dose. So this really helps to relax you, but also with more precision. I'm much more interested these days in precision nutrition rather than just throwing a lot of supplements at somebody. And I think that's an important distinction. I think we overdo it. We think more is better. And sometimes having more precision but less of a load and working more with energy is really what's most helpful.
Can I get some further details on that precision nutrition? Just get a little more information about that.
Yes. So this new science called quantum Ayurveda is different than just herbal supplements or even any kind of supplement because when it's tuned with a frequency of energy, it can help your body to react to it with less of a dose, which means it's much gentler on the system. This is a very new technology. Many people are taking handfuls of supplements and their body can't detoxify that. And sometimes too much actually is not healthy. Just because something's natural doesn't mean we can take it in unlimited amounts.
Hmm.
So sometimes taking less of something that's more effective, especially energetically tuned, is much better for our health.
Absolutely. And what's the most important takeaway this year about making resolutions stick?
Start slow and have realistic goals.
And where do we go to learn more?
You can visit my website, which is soulhakker.com, soulhakker.com. I include nutrition, also different methods of this Tai Chi Qigong. You can watch free videos. And to learn about quantum Ayurveda, this new science I've been speaking about, you can go to greenspaceherbs.com.
All right, greenspacers.com and soulhakker with 2ks.com.
Yeah.
All right, so any closing thoughts before we wrap everything up?
Make sure you get enough sleep. I feel like that's one thing I didn't mention the importance of, and that is everything. So really make that a priority this year.
Oh, I will, if only, if only.
Yes, at least try.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming on the program and talking to me today. Danielle Pashko, functional nutritionist and certified health coach, talking about how to keep your energy up to make sure that you can actually fulfill those New Year's resolutions.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on.